on for my people, the love for heroes, building community. Can you hear me now? Oh, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Oh, can you hear me now? 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 Hear me now.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of GoneMad Presents. Can you hear me now? The host, Lady Madelyn, and my really good friend, Miss Vicki Lynn. We're going to Vicki Lynn today.
Yes,
How you doing today?
Doing well, thank you.
Oh, it's a
Time
good day.
change is throwing me
Man,
just a little off, but
just a little tad. I like, oh, did I get that extra? No, I need an extra hour. My body got up, and I was like, wait, it's too early. It's not time. I was like, wait, I'm running late. I need more
I
time.
took mine. I woke up, and I never do that. It was 8:45, and usually I'm up at 5. So I was like, wow, you slept today.
Wow, you slept.
I slept.
Like, you really slept.
I did.
I need some of that.
It was good. It just threw me because I was like, wait.
But I really prefer fall back and not spring forward. I like just getting that extra hour.
Yeah.
And it was funny, even at church. I was like, wait, people slowly coming in. And I was like, my clock and my watch changed. Mm-hmm. But someone at our church said his watch didn't change. Well, he has yeah. He's like, my phone is wrong. No, baby, your phone's right.
Your watch is wrong.
Your watch is right.
And I don't know, this one usually would do it. I need to put it in the sun and it'll click over, but
Yeah, so,
that thing.
okay, so we're going to do some cards today.
Oh my gosh.
You know what it is, kind of check in with each other. Dr. Ebony has some cards, the My Therapy cards, and then we're going to do some set boundaries.
Yeah, we may do some boundary things after in the second half.
Yeah, because that's hard for me.
Yeah, I know. And so this is my friend, and I'm always on her about trying to set boundaries. And I'm working on it as well. But for you that don't know Dr. Ebony, you can find her online under Dr. Ebony. She's a psychologist, and she used to be in Austin, and that's how I got introduced to her. But the cards are fantastic.
Yeah.
So.
We'd have to have her on the show one day. Maybe we can remote her in.
Well, she's in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that's right.
We can remote her in.
That's true.
Yeah.
Didn't think about that.
Reach out to Dr. Ebony.
Okay.
So these particular cards, deal with triggers, mindset, and then I think there's habits. Okay, what do you want to jump into?
Whatever you want to jump into,
I'm gonna do
Madelyn.
this. I'm not sure what this is.
You get scary at times if you're laying line.
But okay, these are triggers. Oh, when have you been proud about how you responded to your emotional triggers? And the task is, what was different for you during that time versus now? I can't say I was proud. I don't know if I
Responded in a correct, in a healthy way.
In a healthy way.
Yeah.
To an emotional trigger. Because one of my emotional triggers is stress. When I get overwhelmed, I eat. I eat. I'll get some candy or some chips. I need to be crunching on something. And that's not a good thing to be doing.
Well, I will say one of my triggers is stress, if that could be what that is.
Yeah.
Or it could be to be honest, when I get the look, you know how you walk by people and they give you the look?
The look, yeah.
I know the look. Y'all may not know. You know the look like, you know that look.
Oh.
Yeah, that one.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
that has that resonating behind it.
Yes. You know, that's a,
And I get all kind of stuff coming up in me because.
That's good, yeah.
So I have to work on that. And I sometimes, most times, what pops in my head is a thought that I try and use quite a bit, and that's the one that says, what other people think about me is not my business.
Yeah, okay.
Because I can't control what they think.
Yeah.
Other times, I get into the Vicki Lynnism, and I respond with, well, how are you today? And it depends on the look.
Yeah, the look.
It depends on the look. Sometimes I'll go there and I'll smile and I can't say I'm saying that with,
a cheerful heart.
No, I'm saying it with a malicious heart. Well, I don't want to say malicious.
Not malicious, but like, I see you.
I see you.
I see you.
So, and I'll just smile and say,
smile.
well, how are you today? I'm not going to say it's the most, I can't tell you what's behind the smile, but
Yeah, Lord forgive me, yeah. Okay, I'm not doing triggers again. We're going to do something else because I'm telling on myself. So let's try. Let's try. Wait, I'm going to do mindset. Okay. What thoughts get in the way of you placing yourself as a top priority? Task is to journal or discuss with someone you trust where you learn these thoughts.
So you want to repeat that?
What thoughts get in the way of you placing yourself as a top priority? I ain't got time. That's one of the thoughts that runs through my head. I got time. I got to get this done. They need this. I got to get this. And that's a thought that just kind of runs through. Now, sometimes I let it stay there. And then other times I am mindful enough to go, wait, no, you're not well. And then other times my body just like,
I'm going to show you what you're working with. Most times what gets in my way is, Vicki Lynn, you should be present at a particular event or, it's the shoulds and the should stuff.
Yeah.
And I have to go back and say, no, I don't have to.
I don't have to.
Yeah.
And I got to talk myself. Like, I've got to coach myself. Say, no, it's okay. It's not the first thought to say it's okay. I have to convince myself. How do you find yourself doing that?
Somebody that I know that was quite wise as far as I am concerned has said from the pulpit, and it wasn't the way I took it, and it's not, I'm going to just say what he said. If you think you're the only person that can get something done, die and find out what happens. And from that point, it was like, that. And so
that's good.
I started thinking about things from that perspective. What happens if I'm not here? Who's gonna do it? And if I don't show up, then what? Now that does not mean that I don't take responsibility for the things that I know I need to and where I need to be. For the things that are important, yes, those things that are a priority in my life.
Yeah.
But growing up in the church, I do recognize that I don't have to show up for every meeting.
Wait a minute, Vicki Lynn, what are you saying?
I don't have to show up for every church service. And I don't feel guilty when I don't show up on a Sunday. But that took a lot for me it took a lot for me to get there.
I see.
Because the body will tell you when it's time to stop. And then I had to look at what was motivating me. Am I showing up because other people expect for me to show up? Or am I showing up because God has said this is what you need to do? And if I'm showing up because other people are expecting me to be there, And that may be me saying that, but I'm careful with the expectations. If the expectations not coming from God, then more than likely I'm not going to feel bad about not being in a place.
That's a good point. You get to think about the motivation, what's behind the thought, behind the action that we're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, as the Bible talks about what's in the heart. Because the actions, we see all the actions. We see what's done, but we don't know the motive and
in the heart
behind it.
Yeah, well, since I can't check nobody else, I'm gonna check me. Now that doesn't mean I don't check, those people I care about. But but it means that I'm really, when I show up to a space, it's because I want to be there. I want to support somebody. God has said this is where you need to be. But I'm real mindful of the fact that I'm not going to just be in a particular place because the expectation is that I'm there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it even goes back to even priorities. Like, we can't be everything to everybody all the time. We can't be all of that. And we got to think about what is important today in the moment. What's important for me to be present. Well, I shouldn't say it like that. I need to be present in wherever I'm doing.
I think I like the way you said that with a little change is I want to make sure of how I show up.
Yeah.
And I mean from the heart.
Right.
I want to make sure that I show up because I'm being loving and kind, and because from that perspective.
And not. And I want to be there. I don't want to show up and not be there.
There you go. Yeah, it does. Yeah. But do you ever find, and I think too, and that's why I don't feel guilty about not showing up on a Sunday, is because if I'm going because I know that my absence is going to, well, she didn't come to church this Sunday, or she didn't do this, or that kind of thing, and I'm showing up, and it may not even be in anybody's head, but it's in mine, and I'm showing up because of the expectation, then I'm not showing up for the worship. Is that making sense?
Right.
And so I have to be really careful about how I show up in any given space. Now when I had a 9 to 5, I'm gonna show up because I want to get paid. But I also want to show up because I had clients and I knew I felt accountable for what happened in my groups and my individuals.
Right.
And if I don't show up, then my coworkers were going to have to take over the things that I would have to do. They'd have to rearrange schedules. So I was very careful about those kinds of things. But I'm not going to show up just
for the sake of
being seen. No.
Yeah. That's good.
But it did take a lot for me to get there.
Yeah.
It took a lot of process. And you're right. It's like for me, it was the never having the rest or the running, always moving around and not taking time to really think about things. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. We just talked about that.
Yeah, we did.
Yes, we did. Yeah, and and which is interesting because why is it for some we can do all this stuff for 6 days, run, and then on that 7th day, like, nah, I gotta rest.
Well, I don't know.
I'm not talking about you. What I'm saying is,
hold on.
prioritize.
Because I laugh about that. Because what is the 7th day? What does it say about the 7th day?
Right, to rest.
Okay, but what do we do? Actually, when you think about on Sundays, that's the 7th day, I think, right?
Right.
I'm just, and I said I think. It's not that I don't know. I'm just, I have to question.
From Monday,
Okay, so back in my earlier days when I was young, you get up at 7:45, depending on who you are, and you start dinner, right?
Yep.
Okay, and then depending on if you have a 7:45 service, and when I was really active in the choir and doing all the stuff, 7:45, and then you have to be at Sunday school, and then you have to be at 11 o'clock, and then you got to go home, eat, and get ready to go to a 3 o'clock service, be back at church at 6. Where do you see in that rest? And to me, if you're so tired, where do you worship? Because am I giving God my best, or am I giving God half of who I am? Because I'm tired. So I'm
said a whole lot right there.
trying to rethink how I show up on Sundays and what that means. What does rest on? What did he actually mean by rest? Are we really resting, or are we just constantly going? And why are we going? Because usually back in the day on Sundays, Mondays, I needed a day off, but I had to go to work.
Yeah, you needed a day off after Sunday. Yeah, because back in those days, we had, it was all day.
But even now, Madelyn,
We're back.
we're better.
We're better, but we're not. We're not balanced.
We're not balanced, and when we first started doing this on Sundays, this is a different thing. Rest also includes those things that cause you to be at peace within yourself.
Yes.
And this for me is a way of bringing peace from within.
Yeah.
Because I enjoy it. We're fun, and
Absolutely.
and the conversations are always just absolutely fantastic. So this brings peace. Sometimes even at the house, we'll have a group of people, and nobody ever leaves the dining room table. We're chit-chatting, and that whole day has been restful. But rest is not just me climbing in a bed, laying on the couch, and going to sleep. It's what happens within my mind, what happens within my body. So we have to rethink what rest really means. But if I'm constantly trying to get to somewhere, and everybody operates a little differently. For me, that was tiring.
Yeah. I've got to find the right, and it depends for me. Like, it depends on what's happening that week, and unfortunately, you have those things, funerals and deaths.
Yeah,
and
of course.
they kind of jump in and play a part of that which happened for me last week. Just added on to the stuff I already had planned, and then you deal with the loss and all of that goes with that.
Well, life is like that, and it's Bible. It does say in this life you're gonna have tribulation, and how go back to those triggers. How do we balance that? How do we handle that? Because something unexpected may happen,
Right.
but because I'm planted, then I know how to work through. And I'm not saying I do it perfectly all the time.
No.
So sometimes I ain't gonna. Anyway, sometimes I have my moments, but because I'm planted, then I look to the hills.
Leave a man do it for a night.
But we know.
Joy. Thank you, Lord. Okay, that was a good one. Okay, you pick one.
I don't even know where to go with this one. Now these are triggers.
No, this is mindset. These are habits, and these are triggers.
Well, this one, since is up.
Okay, what is it?
What thoughts about yourself have helped you to get through tough times?
Thoughts about myself.
And I think the bottom thought may be a good thing. It says, what we think can either clear the way for us or get in the way of it for us.
That's a true statement.
So what thoughts about yourself have helped you to get through tough times?
What helps me get through tough times, I have to remember what God has done for me before.
Yeah.
And that immediately, I've got to, when I start to think about this, okay, Lord, okay, yes, you built me, you've made me this way, you gave me this, and built upon that thought. The other day we were talking, and we were talking about the scars and all this other stuff. And I'm a survivor by design.
Yeah.
And when I tell myself that, I'm a survivor by design. God, you designed me to be able to endure this with your help.
Yes. And and it's crazy when you say that, because even I was somewhere, and it often comes up because, again, it's, and it could be me, but I think anyway, somebody asked me, we were on a panel or something, and the question was, tell us a little of your story, or tell us your story, and then so we can have some context about some things. And I was like, I'd be up here all day. And most people, and I know this because it's been put to me before, assume certain things, that I've not gone through certain things. Even before my father's illness, before my mother's illness, and before the things that have happened to my parents, I've had my own. And it didn't start when I left home. Some of that started when I was a child, you know. But because of who my parents are, they make assumptions that I've not had my own issues, or that I have not had my own challenges, or that I've not had my own hurdles that were created by other folk.
Right.
And some of it was created by me. But the reality of it is I do have a story. And so when I look at this question, just like when you say survivorship, I wouldn't be where I am right now and who I am right now if I had not come through what I had come through. And so when I look back, I don't get bitter and angry about those things, because I'm thankful to be sitting in the place I'm sitting in right now. I'm still growing.
Absolutely.
But I'm thankful, and I'm thankful. Again, and I'm thankful.
And I was talking to somebody the other day, because she was complaining about some things in her past, and I'm not where she was, and I was like, no, I am grateful for everything that has happened.
Amen.
Because
Yeah.
Romans 8:28 says
All things work together
for the good of those that love the Lord and are called according to
His
His purpose.
Yeah.
So I'm a survivor purpose for this moment.
Yeah.
And once we accept that, see,
That's the
it's-
problem.
Yeah, it's the
And
well,
it's
no,
not
this is
just,
my life.
and it's not, you know, you're right. Once I accept that and surrender to
Yes.
that, then I can understand.
Yeah.
And I gain joy from understanding that I have come through some stuff,
Yes.
that those things were purposeful in my life, that those things
Yes,
brought me to this point.
and it made me who I am.
And I'm thankful for who I am right now.
wouldn't be
In this space.
this space
Yeah.
if that had not happened.
Guess what? I wouldn't know you if I
Right,
had
me
been.
either, right? It's like,
You know,
it's this,
yeah.
I sit back and I'm like, I love
Yeah.
the Lord, and I love the fact that He created billions of people
Yes.
uniquely.
Yes.
And every last one is His favorite.
Yeah, every last one. Yeah.
And why are we not walking in
Like
that?
that? Because we let people get in the way. And sometimes statements is, we hold on to certain statements, I think, about us being less than or nothing but filthy rags.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, I got that. But when Jesus died, He didn't die just for me to keep that filth either.
Right.
So I'm thankful. We have to look at being grateful. I mean, come on now. God manifested and He died
Oh,
to save who?
man.
Okay, so you think I'm not walking in right there? Yeah,
And I'm
for
going to
real.
walk in the fact that He said, I'm going to live. I want you to have this life and
Yes,
live it more
abundantly.
abundantly.
And it's not about money.
No.
It's about joy.
Joy. And the world cannot take that away from
Mm-hmm.
me, that joy and that peace.
And that love.
Yeah, that you get regardless of what's happening around you. See, that's why I those that truly can just tap in to that relationship that we have with Christ.
Yeah,
When you tap into that, it's like everything else is
secondary.
secondary.
Yeah. And sometimes it doesn't feel like that, but the
Right.
reality of it is once you begin to, or once I, and still working through it and
Yeah.
on it, began to work in the relationship I have with Christ, when I began to accept His love for me, when I began to really act as if I have a relationship with God,
That's the operative word right there.
then something shifts.
Yes.
That becomes my priority, right?
Yes.
And everything else just moves a different way, because then you behave a certain way, But it goes back to something you said earlier, is that's how you gain balance. Why am I showing up? Because I have a relationship with one who loves me and gives me the strength to do the things he has asked me to do, not the things that anybody else has asked me to do, that I'm purposed to do, where I'm purposed to be.
Yes.
And those type things. And we have to be very careful with that.
Yeah. And see, those things are in alignment. When you're walking in your purpose, and you're seeking God for the things that He's seeking His guidance to order your steps,
Yeah.
things will fall into alignment.
That is. But when you, and talking about getting out of balance, when I'm out of balance with that, I'm going to get tired.
Yep.
I'm going to get stressed. I'm going to get overwhelmed. And when people look at me a certain way, I'm going to probably say the wrong thing the wrong way. So, I mean, I'm being just as crazy, just as being real as you can be.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and it makes a huge difference on how I do things.
Yeah.
It's wonderful to be able to do things with joy.
Absolutely.
And with love. But that's because, there's some purpose in that.
But you're right. We've got to find that balance and not allow ourselves, I'm not going to say myself, not allow myself to get to my plate is so heavy.
That I can't carry it. Well, here it is. My plate's so heavy that I'm trying to carry it.
I'm trying to carry it. Yes. No. Listen, on that note, we're going to have a Jovette moment. And on the other side of the break, we're going to be dealing with boundaries, setting boundaries. Yeah, we're going to deal with that on the other side of the break. Be right back.
Gosh.
It's day 2 of the getaway. If you can hear in the background, it's raining, so I haven't gotten much stuff today. We went to the Opry Mills Mall area where the Grand Ole Opry is. Where else we go? And we went to the resort that's right there. It was pretty cool, like a little indoor oasis type thing. So, pretty cool. But we are now here at the famous Princess Hot Chicken. About to go down. You gotta know or realize your self-worth. Period. That's what you have to realize. You wanna race me up the steps?
The steps? Why?
Be competitive. You gotta be 100% competitive here. You ready?
And that's how you were going? And that's how you were going? I was just getting it. You started going, so I started going.
You cheated.
like we said, thank you, Ms. Jovette. Like we said on the other side of the break, we're going to deal with boundaries. So we have some cards here. Okay, let's get into it. The first one says, this is an emotional boundary. A friend vents to you at length about the same problems every time you speak. A friend vents to you at length about the same problems every time you speak.
Am I answering this? Usually, I'll give a person a little something, you know, because I've been guilty of that. But then I start to ask questions like, okay, so what are you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
Because as long as the same issue keeps coming up, then evidently you like what's happening because you're not changing it. So let's talk about the changes. Okay, now what?
Right.
And that's where I'll go. And now what?
And now what?
And eventually,
or they stop coming to you with the same thing, because now it's, you put in some account, like, what are you going to, okay, you're venting. If you need to vent, vent. Okay, now we're venting. Okay, now what? Oh, you need to vent again? Okay. Okay, when are we going to do something about the situation? Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And then if I keep hearing it, eventually it's like, okay, can we change the conversation now? Because
it's not really helpful.
no, it's not.
Yeah, it's not helpful to me. And it's even family members. Like, I just want to snap and go, wake up. You can do something about it. You don't have to be here.
Well, they don't.
But that does require that now I'm accountable.
For somebody else's stuff, and I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
And so, I'm not going to say I haven't done it, but at the end of the day, though, if there's something that's happening in me that keeps coming back up, and I'm complaining about it or venting about it, whichever word you want to use, then I have to start looking at, why is this continuing to come up this way? Or in other ways, why is this thought, this issue manifesting itself again and again and again? That means that there's something within me that needs to change.
Right. And in some cases, it can be a perspective that changes, right? You know, the situation may still continue to happen, but then I've got to go, you know what? Let me just leave that alone, cut it loose, and not allow that to keep.
Yes. And that way I don't have
me.
to keep, there you go, so I don't have to keep repeating it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have been guilty of it, and I had to stop and say, you know what, let me, like you say, shift perspective.
Yeah.
And be okay with the perspective that gets, the way it shifts. Because sometimes I'm not in control of that either. I have to be mindful of what I am in control of.
Right.
And you know what, again, my peace of mind.
Man, that is priceless.
Yeah, and so
that really is priceless.
to have to listen to the same thing, and even in myself, when I have to keep listening to craziness over and over again, it's like, okay, Vicki Lynn, what's going to shift?
You know, I'm glad you said that, because there are times when I'm struggling with, it's like I'm frustrated about something. Like, Madelyn, why you keep complaining about it? What are you going to do about it? Like, do something. And if you're not going to do anything,
Leave it alone.
leave it alone.
Yeah,
Shut up.
and let the one that can do something about
Amen
it.
to that, 'cause-
Give it leave it in the hands of God.
Man. Oh, okay. Let's do that next one. Okay. The other members of your study group aren't doing their share, resulting in too much work on your plate. Whether it's a study group, focus group, church group, workshop, how do we handle family? Oh, how do I handle that statement when someone's not doing their share? I got to dovetail to the other one. So if I'm going to keep venting and complaining, either you, I don't want to say piss or get off the, I guess I just said it.
Yeah, you
but,
did.
you know,
Go ahead and say it.
you know, do something or get off the pot.
Yeah.
You know, do something. So I think that'll be the same thing for me here. If I've got someone that's not doing their share, they're not, I instead of complaining
or getting frustrated about it, or having all the feelings about it, and being overwhelmed because you're trying to take on too much. There's a couple of things that I will do. We're gonna have the study group or whatever group. We're gonna have a conversation.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
And let's talk about it. And then, meaning that a whole lot of possibilities could happen at that point.
Right.
We're going to divvy up the work, and I'm going to do what I need to do. If you need help, ask. And if I can, then I will. But let's keep things equal, right? Or
find out, it's like, if is there something going on that may
prevent them
from doing that, and they don't know how to speak about it.
Yes.
And, you know, so I always try to look at the human side. There's a reason why.
But that goes back to the conversation. Let's have a conversation.
Let's have a conversation.
And once that conversation is had, then there's more understanding, right? And then we can go from there.
Right.
But if it's just because some people in the party are choosing not to do what they need to do, then there's some things I'm going to take.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm going to say, okay, well, this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
We're going to either continue this. Now, if it was a study group, for real, I'm going to have a conversation with the professor or whoever's over the study group.
Right.
And there may be some shifts. Because, you know, there you go.
Yeah.
But it depends on the group.
Yeah.
But we're going to have a conversation about it. I'm going to have a conversation with somebody about it.
We talking, y'all.
Yeah.
We going to talk. Okay. This next one, let's look at this. What is coming up here? This is a sexual boundary.
Okay, go ahead.
Your friend's husband makes sexual comments in person and then texts you provocative innuendos. Listen.
The devil is a lie.
I know that's right. I wish I would. I would cut that down so, like, who,
well, you know,
first off, who do you think I am for you to think that it's okay to do that to me? What am I giving you that you're thinking this is okay?
Okay, now, you know, let me stop. No, and the reality of it is, if those, I'm going to address, like you said, I'm going to have a conversation.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to stand back, and I'm going to pray about it real hard. I'm going to have a conversation.
I'm going to have a conversation, and then I'm going to tell my husband.
Almost definitely.
Yeah, it's like
man. Now I've had some situations in my past, way back in my past, because you know I've been married a long time. Yeah. So, but when I was married, I've had some approaches, and that was crazy because I had more people approaching me when I was married than when I was not. And
they see the ring and think, oh.
Yeah, and so I would politely say, no, that's not the way I roll.
I wasn't polite.
Oh, I was, because, I mean, when I say polite, it means, you know, I was very firm in what I was saying. And then, yes, the next person I would have a conversation with would be my husband because, you know, I wanted him to be aware of things.
Absolutely.
Now, if I had a friend whose husband or boyfriend or whatever, approached me or saying something that was not appropriate, that conversation probably is not going to be as nice as the other conversation.
Yeah.
Because then, to me, you should know better.
Absolutely.
But because of, I would hope I give off a vibe that says don't approach me like that because you might get, especially if it's one of my friends. Especially if it's one of my friends.
Especially.
And again, that's when you have to get careful about the table you sit at, because I'm not the people that I have around me. That is not what happens.
That's right. And and it's a conversation with her as well after that happens. I would hope.
That would be something I would have to really pray
Yeah,
about.
like how do you?
Because
Was it an innocent thing? Was it a misunderstanding?
I tell you what, if I were to approach her with what happened, it would be in conversation with them both.
Okay.
And it would probably sound like, I got a text from you the other day that said this.
Oh.
And I'm just going to assume we were playing.
I like that.
I might not say the last thing, but I'm going to. Yeah, because,
Yeah.
especially if it was something,
Yeah.
let's talk about it.
Yes.
And then they can handle it the way they need to handle it.
Yeah.
But you're not throwing me under a bus. I mean, and it depends on the friendships. I mean, again, the people that I have around me that I'm close to.
Yeah.
Yeah, they neither. Yeah, nah, that ain't the way that happens. You know what I'm saying? And I have married couples around me that.
Yeah.
No, I'm not playing that game. And you have a lot of people that would say, in a circle of married people, you don't have single friends. I don't believe that.
I don't believe that either.
I think you just have to be extremely careful.
Absolutely. And boundaries.
And boundaries.
And boundaries.
You have to be careful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you just have to be careful.
Yes, you do. You have to even be careful with married friends. Because now my friends, I people that I call friends.
There you go.
That's the difference.
Yeah, because that's not a word.
That's not a word. I just need everybody ain't my friend.
No.
I
love you, but you ain't my friend.
You ain't my friend. Yeah, you ain't my friend. I got acquaintances, people that I associate with. Now in those circles, I would not be surprised.
My associates?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. But they're not they're not at my table.
Yeah, they ain't at my table either.
So I ain't worried about that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about my table. They may be at a table that I'm occupying at any given time. Like I may be out to dinner or I may be at church somewhere,
Right.
at banquets or the
they ain't
functions.
Communing.
There you go.
Yeah, my table.
That ain't at my table.
We ain't having that.
No, we're not doing that.
Lord have mercy. We ain't doing none of that. Yeah, so y'all stay away. Okay. Ooh, emotional boundary.
Okay.
Now this one, I'm reading it. You asked your partner to not mention your childhood issues when they are upset with you, yet they continue to do so. I'm thinking there could be a couple of things in that. If we're allowing ourselves to get so to where we're angry, we're not playing nice. There's something there about that.
Yeah. It is. It is. Those kinds of conversations. Ooh. See, it's a level of intimacy that is not there.
Yes.
Because in a relationship, as far as I'm concerned, I may be wrong, but in a relationship that we're bringing up the issues, we're talking about this stuff, and there's a mutual respect that is going on, then there's certain things that are not going to occur.
That's right. And a mutual trust.
Yes.
And I feel safe.
Exactly.
When you start doing that,
I'm not safe.
I don't feel safe.
And when I start feeling safe,
No, I can't. This is not going.
this relationship ain't. You're right. The relationship is not going to work. And I mean, I'm not going to say that it can't come back to a place of safety, but at that point in time, there's not. When I'm not feeling safe in a relationship, then there's things in that relationship that need to be addressed.
And see, people sometimes think safety is always physical.
It's not.
But that emotional safety as well, to be torn. I mean, that just. Yeah, I've been there,
And
done
it
that.
says partners, right?
Yeah.
But even my friendships.
Yes.
And my relationships, those around me, if I'm not feeling safe, it goes back to that other thing about the husband or the partner, whatever. If I'm not feeling emotionally safe within a group,
Yeah.
then I'm gonna shut down.
Yep. You won't hear a peep from me.
Ooh. And I can shut down.
Absolutely.
And I don't feel any animosity. I don't feel
no
no
remorse,
stuff.
no issue.
Nope.
No,
I just shut down.
It's preserving and protecting
Yes.
my peace.
That piece right there.
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, no, we ain't gonna do that. Because that's priceless. Okay. Ooh. Intellectual boundary.
Okay.
Your in-laws tell your kids they should listen to them over you. Your in-laws tell your kids they should listen to them over you. Wow, what is the relationship with the in-laws and the spouse of their son or daughter?
Well, at that point,
Wow, like,
somebody else needs to set some boundaries. I mean, I'm not saying
the spouse of, the son or daughter
they need to
of the in-laws needs to address the in-laws.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because there's
something, they have to set the tone for that marriage.
Exactly. And what was the question?
Telling the kids, your in-laws tell your kids they should listen to them over you.
And if the children decide that's what they're going to do, again, I have no problem with protecting my peace and said, okay, that's your choice. No worries. Do what you need to do.
Go live with your mama and papa.
I mean, because people they have a right. We all
Well, it
have a
depends on
right.
how old they are. Like, if they're 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
They're not gonna have no in-laws.
No. It'd be our in-laws.
Mm-hmm.
Their grandparents are telling them, you ain't got to listen to your mom and daddy. You listen to me. I told you what to do. Now, hopefully that child has enough embedded in them, recognizing where they lay their head at night.
They do. I would hope.
I would
Now,
hope.
I'm not going to, because the craziness of it is we're at home before I left. And my grandson walked in, and I said, okay, look around the house and pick up your things. And he came in the kitchen and got a snack. And when I looked up, and I had thought about it, I said, what did I ask you to do? Well, my dad said I could have a snack, yeah, but I told you when you walked in, because I don't have a problem with you having a snack, but you were given a directive before that. Now, if his dad had said, go pick up your things, and then he asked me for a snack, then the question, I'm going to look at him, what did your dad
That's right.
tell you to do?
That's right.
What did your mother
That's
tell you
right.
to do? I think I heard your parents tell you to do certain
That's
things.
right.
Because I'm going to respect
Absolutely.
them.
Yeah, see, but there are some grandparents who, I don't want to say they disobey their children's wishes.
They disrespect.
They disrespect their children's wishes. And that's a boundary that's, they need to have a conversation. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I know you're the grandparent. I know, yes, but can you just respect what I'm trying to do here?
Or if you choose not to, then I can set a harder boundary.
Ooh.
And that means that we gonna just shut down.
You ain't going to my grandma and mama's house today, this week.
And I don't have a problem. I mean, yeah, that piece.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's just a real thing because, see, I'm the kind of grandparent my kids, they laugh. My daughter laughs. She says, Mama ain't doing that. Because Mama raised 3 and I'm not trying to raise no more kids. And I think that's where we make the mistake. We have too many grandparents trying to raise their grandchildren when the responsibility is on
The children.
Now, there are certain circumstances.
Right.
where grandparents have to step in or feel like they need to or whatever. And that's okay. But there's sometimes when grandparents, there have been times that I have observed that grandparents step in and children continue to do what they need to, when they want to do, so they're not being accountable to bring in a child into the world. Is that making sense?
Yes, yes.
I can bring all the kids I want into the world because I know somebody else is going to take care of them.
Yeah, and that's not how this was designed.
That's not how that works. And yeah, we get a lot of pushback. Well, I don't want that child to suffer, but I'm not trying to play God.
Mm.
And if God hasn't given me a directive to do this, and that's a wholly different story, because sometimes I think, now here's my I think, and I did hear it yesterday, and we've heard it quite often. We don't allow for people to hit their bottoms, literally, fall on their ASS.
We don't.
Because we are trying to save them, and we're hindering them instead. Because if somebody falls in their butt enough, and I'm not trying to save them, they'll figure out, well,
I don't like this pain. Let me do something different.
Prodigal son.
Yep. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
His dad didn't go chasing him down.
Did not. You want this? Go ahead, son. Go do you.
And look how he came back.
Yeah.
He came back differently.
He came back different. You know, that is true. We sometimes we don't allow individuals to bump their heads.
No.
Especially our kids. Allow them to bump their heads, learn from the lesson, and develop that character.
Well, how do we learn?
So when the rough times happen, they got book sense.
They don't have any common sense.
No common sense. They have no common.
Or God sense.
Or God. None of that. Because they don't have any life experiences.
Well, if my mama and daddy are going to save me, what do I need God for?
Ooh. Ooh.
As an adult.
If my mom and daddy are going to save me,
And that's
come to my rescue. Time after time after time after time.
And the parent is trying to play God.
The parent is trying to play God.
When I was a child, I
Speak as a child.
But when I became
a man, I put away childish things.
But how am I going to put away childish things if my parents are always treating me like a child?
We're doing more hindering
than helping.
It's like that caterpillar has to go through the painful process.
A metamorphosis.
Metamorphosis.
Yeah.
And it's a painful process.
Coming out of that cocoon?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
And those wings they may be beautiful, but they're not equal.
And if you try to do it too soon, you're not going to be able to fly or something going to happen. And then.
So it's a painful process.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, let's do one more before we get up out of here. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Material boundary. This is my mama's issue. You started dietary restrictions. Your stated dietary restrictions have not been honored. So, my parents are funny. My mom, she loves sugar, she loves candy. And my daddy likes candy, but she can't eat candy. But then dad will bring home candy, but he hides it. But then she finds it. And then there's a conversation of, but you shouldn't have brought it in the house, but you shouldn't have looked for it. So there's back and forth. Well, you need more willpower. Well, you need to protect me and not do. They crack me up. So I was looking at this going, how do I deal with your stated dietary restrictions are not being followed?
Well, it goes like this. My mother and I used, when I was young, a long time ago, before I got married, I was in high school or first college years, and she had these spa memberships. So we go to the spa, work out, and as soon as we left, we'd go get cheesecake. And thinking about it, and it's crazy because then I'm at that point in time. What I could have done is said, no, I'm not eating that because I'm trying to be healthy.
Right.
It's nothing wrong with a piece of cheesecake every now and then, but that's what I'm okay. I have to be accountable for my own stuff.
Yeah.
And that's the way that goes. But yeah. And before we run up, this is called Set Boundaries Deck, and it's by Nidra Glover-Todd, and if you've never, she has a great book called Set Boundaries, Find Peace.
Ooh. Set boundaries, find peace.
Yes, and so, and again, her name is Nidra Glover-Todd. She's a great person, but yeah.
I love that though. Yeah, those dietary restrictions. You were doing that on your Daniel fast.
Yeah, till the last day. That last day on that photo, on that film set, that last day, I was like, oh no, I gotta eat.
And see, I didn't honor. I had forgotten.
No, you did what you were supposed to do.
But I brought some fruit.
That's okay.
Okay.
It was my choice to eat that, not
Okay.
that was my choice. I could have done what I needed to do anyway, Well,
It's all love. It's all love.
Yeah.
Listen, thank y'all so much for joining us today. Had a great time. And we'll see you guys again next week. Same time, same channel. Love y'all.
Love y'all.